your dog gonna look as drippy as mine. You can say that. I think me, yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't think me can say that, not at all. Your spear. Oh my god. Your. Oh, your tool. Oh my god. We not know where it left. Jesus Christ. Nothing.
This was sophisticated art that
Only
required...
thing the people them will come after we are gonna see. Like what we are gonna left back, like what gonna be our writings on the wall. But yo. Alright. What we are watch today? We are watching What Did Ancient Humans Do All Day Before Job Existed? By Accent, whatever I'm name, right? Whatever. No, me see that video and I'm hoping to God that it's not one of them AI generated video there. Cause I don't wanna watch the AI and react in the AI video. If me can avoid it. But we're gonna see it. See how it go. If we can catch it from earlier, say, I'm the AI expert or nothing, but you know, if we can catch it from early, then that would be great, right? We not support AI, we only support real creatives. Although AI can assist, we not bash that. But you get what me I say. Me see that video here, interesting topic. So I was like, wonder. Let me give it a chance. Hopefully an AI. Okay. Let's see how it goes.
You wake up when your body is ready. You wake up when your body is ready. No alarm, no schedule, no place you need to be. You sit up, stretch, and ask yourself one question. What should I do today? For 99% of human history, this wasn't a hypothetical. This was every single morning for roughly 300,000 years. And the answer to that question looked...
Bro. Get a schedule. Get a schedule. Or make a schedule. Yeah, that's what I did. Allow me to tell them earlier, I'm not schedule right now. But I would like to. Yeah, it's the productive thing to do. Hey.
Nothing like the life you're living right now. Modern humans spend about 90,000 hours of their lives working. That's roughly 1/3 of...
This is it. Please don't be AI. Please don't be AI. I mean, please don't be AI. Please don't be an AI video. Please don't be an AI video. Please. Okay.
Your waking existence dedicated to a job. But for the overwhelming majority of human history, jobs didn't exist. There was no employment, no wages, no boss, no career ladder to climb. So what did people actually do all day? Let's start with what we know for certain. In 1963, archaeologist Richard Lee conducted a study that would change how we understand prehistory.
Dog. It sound like Google AI when me I use Notebook LM. Well, not known. Google AI Notebook LM sound look more lively, but please just make this be a person where it don't look that bad. It look like somebody could have do this and it could have be not AI. Let's hope it's not AI. Cool.
Historic life. He tracked the daily activities of the Dobeju Hwanzi people in Botswana, one of the few remaining groups still living in a way that resembles pre-agricultural human life. He found that adults spent about 2.5 days per week acquiring food. That's roughly 17 hours. The rest of the time, they did whatever.
Miss some of that all ago.
He conducted a study
Sorry.
that would change how we understand prehistoric life. He tracked the daily activities of the Dobeju Hwanzi people in Botswana, one of the few remaining groups still living in a way that resembles pre-agricultural human life. He found that adults spent about 2.5 days per week acquiring food. That's roughly 17 hours. The rest of the time, they did whatever they wanted. And here's the important part. This pattern shows up every...
Man, them not think about no bills. Man, they not think about no rent need for pay or me get higher education. What? No, we just eat food and the vibes. If we dead, we dead. We just eat food until we just survive. The simplest form of life. Man, they live a business about clothes. What? Step on my white Air Force. Man, I'm not busy about that.
Where anthropologists look. The Hadza in Tanzania, the Ache in Paraguay, the Martu in Australia. Completely different environments, different continents. Same result. About 15 to 20 hours per week spent.
You think the Maroon them? You think the Maroon them will live like this? Or the Maroon them are? It's a pre-agricultural. That means like before man start farm, right? So them not farm, them are hunt and eat. Okay. If I that mean, I'm not thinking Maroon them live say. Maroon them was a farm, man. Not Maroon Maroon use technology. Come on. Although I don't really see them like that. I don't know how Maroon look, to be honest, as a Jamaican. I should ashamed. But you know, hopefully, well, not hopefully. I think them know them might use technology and everything there. When I Google it, Google it. The Maroon them supposed to have technology, right?
On survival activities. For context, you probably work twice that. Now, some of you are thinking, but those are modern people. How do we know ancient humans lived the same way? Fair question, and the answer comes from bones. When archaeologists compare skeletons of ancient humans to early agricultural populations, the difference is dramatic. Farmers were shorter. Their bones show signs of nutritional deficiency. Their teeth were riddled with cavities from grain-heavy diets. They had arthritis in their spines from repetitive labor, and they died younger. Ancient human skeletons, taller, stronger.
No way I get arthritis just by sitting down. If you do, it kill you. If you don't, it kill you. Jaja.
Healthier teeth, less joint damage. Their bones tell a clear story. They were doing less repetitive physical labor, not more. But the most fascinating evidence comes from something archaeologists found that shouldn't exist if survival was a constant struggle: art. In 1994, explorers discovered
I don't know if that was a cut or if that was just a quick cut or an AI. Still watch it though.
Cave in southern France. Inside were paintings created roughly 30,000 years ago. Horses, lions, rhinoceroses, rendered with perspective, shading, and movement. These weren't crude stick figures. This was sophisticated art that required skill, planning, and most importantly, time. Someone spent hours, maybe days, deep inside a cave by firelight, painting animals on a wall. Not for survival, not for food, for beauty, for meaning, for something to do. In Blombos Cave in South Africa, archaeologists found 100,000-year-old perforated shell beads, tiny holes drilled through seashells, clearly meant to be strung together as jewelry. The nearest coastline was 20 kilometers away. Someone walked 40 kilometers round trip just to collect shells, then spent hours carefully drilling holes with stone tools, just to look good. In 2008, researchers found a 40,000
Dog. Drip. Where me I go? Alright, I'm ready.
year-old flute carved from a vulture bone in Germany. 5 finger holes. Found kind of fixes, rendered
I want to give.
diets. Bones show signs of nutritional deficiency. Their teeth were riddled with cavities from grain-heavy diets. They had arthritis in their spines from repetitive labor, and they died younger. Ancient human skeletons, taller, stronger, healthier teeth, less joint damage. Their bones tell a clear story. They were doing less repetitive physical labor, not more. But the most fascinating evidence comes from something archaeologists found that shouldn't exist if survival was a constant.
I think them just say that do just enough to survive. So if you're not hungry, you not eat. If you're not face no threat, you not get up, you not move. You just sit down and chill.
Struggle. Art. In 1994, explorers discovered Chauvet Cave in southern France. Inside were paintings created roughly 30,000 years ago. Horses, lions, rhinoceroses, rendered with perspective, shading, and movement. These weren't crude stick figures. This was sophisticated art that
only thing the people them will come after we are gonna see. Like what we are gonna left back, like what gonna be our writings on the wall. But yo, that's so cool. Anyways. Well, like, what we are gonna left back for them? When think we are gonna left like graph like this, them that girl off. Statue them already do that. What we can left? Damn, we not cool. Jaja. Okay, we not left nothing on the wall. That's how you go. We don't flip nothing on the wall. Damn.
skill, planning, and most importantly, time. Someone spent hours, maybe days, deep inside a cave by firelight, painting animals on a wall. Not for survival, not for food, for beauty, for meaning, for something to do. In Blombos Cave in
Entertainment.
South Africa, archaeologists found 100,000-year-old perforated shell beads, tiny holes drilled through seashells, clearly meant to be strung together as jewelry. The nearest coastline was 20 kilometers away. Someone walked 40 kilometers round trip just to collect shells, then spent hours carefully drilling holes with stone tools, just to look good. In 2008, researchers found a 40,000-year-old flute carved from a vulture bone in Germany.
So, alright. So just the same thing I do over and over, just with more advanced technology. Where I make chain look drippy. We are paint, we make video, we take pictures, entertainment, art. That nothing really changed, that just the level at which we are doing it. At the level at which we are doing it, yeah, just the technology had changed. But deep down, we just saw music, entertainment, and drip. Okay.
5 finger holes.
Shit,
Perfectly spaced. Whoever made this understood music, they understood pitch, and they spent significant time crafting it. Not for hunting, not for defense, for music. These aren't isolated finds. Across Europe, Africa, and Asia, archaeological sites from 100,000 years ago onward are filled with evidence of decorative objects, carefully crafted tools far more elaborate than necessary for survival, and items that required hours of focused work with no immediate practice.
My name just have to make sure to say, yo, oh my god. I guess your dog gonna look as drippy as mine. You can say that. I think me can say that, not at all. What could I say though? Your spear. Oh my god. Be a long objects. Oh. Boy, you're a tool. Oh my god. We not know where it left. Jesus Christ, nothing left. Me can't say nothing and it sound weird. Alright, we'll continue the video.
Practical benefit. This is what people did when they weren't securing food. They created, they decorated, they made things beautiful. So let's reconstruct a day. You wake up around dawn. The fire from last night is still smoldering. Someone adds wood. You eat leftover meat or fish from yesterday. Maybe some nuts or berries collected the day before. Breakfast is social. People talk. They plan loosely for the day. Not because they have to, because that's what humans do. Around mid-morning, a small group might leave to hunt or gather, but here's the key. You don't go every day. If the hunt was...
What is hotel? What kind of social breakfast? Even in hotel, people take them food and go back to their room. They can... Yeah. But that's the closest me get to a social breakfast since lately, dog. What kind of social breakfast? Talk to who? Just I eat my food, me have things to do, me have time for chatting. If you go to the gym, my schedule tight. After breakfast, I work, me have to do, me not have no time for you talk and I eat. You bite your tongue, don't talk and eat.
Was successful 2 days ago and food is stored, you might not leave camp at all. You might spend the morning working on tools, sharpening a spear, weaving a basket, scraping an animal hide to make it soft and usable. This isn't work in the modern sense. There's no clock, no supervisor.
It sound like them never get bored that much for you. Always have something to do. And that's a secret to keep yourself busy so you don't have to think about the impending doom.
You do it because competence matters, because being skilled earns respect, because making things well...
Or that. If you want to be competent, okay.
...is part of being human. If hunting happens, it's not the frantic chase you see in movies. Humans are persistence hunters. We track animals at a steady jog for hours until they overheat and collapse. We're the only species that can do this effectively because we can sweat and regulate our body temperature while running. Most animals can't. So we outlast them. The hunt might take 3 to 6 hours, including travel. Then the animal is carried back and butchered. Everyone eats. And by early afternoon, the productive part of the day is essentially over.
You sure? Lying on them one, them not do that too. Interesting. Things are we alone do that? We're too cool.
Next is what modern people find hardest to understand. Nothing and everything. People rest. They sit in the shade and talk. They play with children. They groom each other, picking through hair, reinforcing bonds. They make jewelry from shells or beads or animal teeth. They carve designs into bones or stones. They nap. Anthropologist James...
Please don't make this be AI. If I even make it be an actual person read it out, please.
Suzman documented that among the Zhuhuanzi, adults spend roughly 6 hours per day in what he called social time. Not working, not sleeping, just being with other people, talking,
Just a billboard.
laughing, telling jokes, because in a world without money or police or written contracts, your survival depends
I basically school that without the prison mentality, you know, social time. Alright, right up to probably like grade, right up to high school in Jamaica, so that would have been grade 7. I'll even pass that, right up to probably grade 9. At school, that social time, not really, I got school not that deep, dog. Well, if you're competent, it can be social time. But if not, then yeah, what me did I say? Yeah, social time. School can be school are basically social time, though. Yeah, continue.
entirely on your relationship
My problem is say nothing wrong with my brain. My brain a fire for real, for real.
relationships. If people don't like you, they don't have to share food when you're hungry. So you invest enormous amounts of time in those bonds.
Doing what you want. For real.
Not because it's productive, because it's how humans stay human. Then the sun sets, and this is when something remarkable happens. In 2014, anthropologist Polly Wiesner analyzed hundreds of hours of conversation recordings from the Zhuhuanzi. During the day, conversations were practical. Who saw animal tracks where? Which plants were ready for harvest? Complaints about someone not sharing fairly. But at night, around the fire, 81% of conversations shifted to stories. Myths about how the world began, tales of ancestors who did impossible things, jokes that made everyone laugh, adventures from far away. Weisner argued that this is where human culture was actually born. Gods, spirits, the past, the future. Things you can only think about when your stomach is full and you're safe. And people didn't go to sleep and stay asleep the way you do now. Historical records from medieval Europe and sleep studies from the 1990s confirmed that before artificial light, humans slept in 2 phases. First sleep for about 4 hours, then a wakeful period of 1 to 2 hours in complete darkness, then second sleep for another 4 hours. So here's what a full day looked like. About 4 to 6 hours securing food or making tools. About 6 hours in social interaction, storytelling, grooming, playing. About 8 hours sleeping in 2 separate phases, and the rest resting, sitting, watching clouds, doing nothing in particular, existing without needing to justify your existence.
Think about the gains. What do you think? Like, cause them literally do it perfect, you know, dog. Fruits, meat. I don't know if them did I eat wheat, bars, but all them do I eat, rest, and when them not rest, them still a chill. I lie. Them do some work on them thing then idea, but that's the physical activity. Sure them people that did fit, dog. They must fit for all a jog and make animal tired out to kill them. So them that get whole heap of gains, man. Whole heap of gains.
Through productivity. Then, about 10,000 years ago, something changed. Humans in the Fertile Crescent began
again, please don't make this be AI.
And planting seeds and domesticating animals. Agriculture. And agriculture is a trap. Once you start farming, you can feed more people. More people means you need more food. More food means more farming. Within a few generations, populations exploded and there was no going back. Because now there were too many mouths to survive by hunting and gathering. You were locked in. And farming required far more labor. Plowing, planting, weeding, harvesting, storing, defending crops from animals and raiders.
By the time you're done farming all day, you're tired out. You know, all you could tell the story them at night time. You're tired out, knock out sleep, morning again, the same thing. Because one bag of bombard people. Some people can't control themselves and wear condom. Now them a breed up. Now we have to farm down the place. Like, now you're making night them boring now. Only thing we do a dream. That deep. Think about it.
Skeletal evidence is unambiguous. Early farmers worked harder, ate worse, and died younger than the hunter-gatherers who came before them. But the population kept growing, and with larger populations came specialists, toolmakers, potters, weavers, inventors, then soldiers, priests,
society,
administrators, and eventually jobs. employment, the idea that your time belonged to someone else in exchange for resources. By the time we built cities, the original human lifestyle was gone, replaced by schedules, obligations, the need to work most of your waking hours just to survive in the system we created. Today, you spend 90,000 hours working. Your ancestors spent way less. You sleep in one block and call waking up at 2 a.m. insomnia. They slept in 2 phases and used the middle hours for reflection. You spend your life chasing an illusion of greatness, achievements, wealth, and success by standards society.
Yo. Why am I get so deep all of a sudden? It's just a chill video, man. When I'm gonna try to call me out or something. You want to get, you spend your life for other people. This, that. Man, say, how are you just okay.
Invented. They woke up every morning already free, already enough, and at peace with nothing to prove to anyone. They didn't need to become successful. They were already living the life you're working your entire existence to retire into. You make art if you can find time after your job. They made art because they had time, and that's what humans do. We're not a different species, but we live so differently from how humans lived for 99% of our existence that we might as well be. We traded freedom for food security, leisure for population growth, time for productivity, and most of us have no idea what we gave up, because we never knew it was there.
Okay. Wanna hear him. That got deal with the way. Humans this, humans that. We think we can pull it. Well, oh my god, like I said, pull it back. Why? You see, I go stop here. I just say what I want to say, and then take it or no one take it, because when I go make me don't talk and say where them will come to my mind. So if me I go say we're gonna pull it back, we're gonna pull it back. Okay. But as you guys can see, that was the video. Me know we only think say we change that much from working idea, or only think say still the same different technology, like what me think. Great video. Hope it wasn't AI. Thanks for watching.